Hello to everyone out there, and I hope that you are ready for this full moon that we have coming up because the energy is it's intense right now. If you are here for the first time, I'm Maya, the Untamed Oracle, and I have a message for you today that was brought to me through multiple different ways, so I guess it is something that needs to get out, and I feel like if you're listening, that there is something in this message for you. Today's message came through with one clear word in my spirit, and that word was movement. So this message speaks on the kind of shift that pulls you out of survival and into receiving. Now here's what came up. For this message, I used 3 different decks. I used the Millennial Tarot deck, and I used the What's the News deck for the theme, and I also used the Wild Mystic Oracle deck as well. So for the Millennial Tarot, it started out with the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Wands coming up, with the Knight of Swords as the shadow card underneath. And immediately when I looked at this, I saw in my mind someone who had been in a period of time where they were fiercely protecting themselves. And what I was seeing is that they were at the end of this season of fierce protection of either yourself or things that are important to you, people that are important to you. This entire spread, it just screamed motion. Like before I even had a chance to really dive into the meaning, that was the first word that popped in my mind: movement. It's that moment when the wall you build around your heart finally crumbles, and not because it failed, but because it's no longer needed. So the 10 of Swords, when it came out, it immediately was saying that this chapter of exhaustion is done, and the 9 of Wands showed how hard you fought to protect your peace during this season. The Knight of Swords beneath it was rushing in with clarity. It was that flash of insight saying, hey, I'm ready to move forward. Whatever lessons or healing that you needed to bring about in order to get to this moment, you've got it. You've got the wisdom based off of the experience that you've gone through, and you're ready to move forward, knowing that things may still come into your awareness or into your experience that aren't ideal, but that's just what life is, and you're equipped with whatever you need in order to get through that. After these 2 cards, the next wave of cards came flying out. I was only expecting 3 more, but I got 5, and I just was like, this is obviously what needs to come out at this time. The cards that came out was the Empress, the 6 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the Chariot, and the Ace of Pentacles. The 8 of Cups was on the bottom as the shadow card. So this was a beautiful next stage after following the season with the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. So the Empress is you remembering your worth. The 6 and 4 of Swords bring the calm after the storm. That's a quiet, gentle healing. The 6 of Swords was this movement into the next phase. And the 4 of Swords is that moment of relaxing, healing, reflection. So what I got when I looked at this was self-care. In the guidebook for the Millennial Tarot, the 6 of Swords speaks about girls' trips. The 4 of Swords speaks about getting like mani-pedi massages, all of that. So it literally was like this moment in time where you're pouring into yourself, because right after this you have the Chariot and the Ace of Pentacles, which means that you're pouring into yourself because you're about to move fast towards something great that's coming in, but something that's going to require energy. Pentacles is energy, material things, and it's also an opportunity. So whatever this opportunity is, or this idea, or it could be a new business, it could be a new hobby, it could be anything that is requiring energy from you, but it's something that will grow into something big. or something larger, it's a great opportunity that will grow into something even bigger than what it's starting as. It's going to require effort from you. So you are moving into this season where you're preparing for that. So the Chariot says, now we go. And the Ace of Pentacles is that open door. It's the opportunity. It's the new life forming because you finally made space for it. You stopped protecting yourself from anything that could possibly disappoint you or hurt you. Because it's when we are in a space of recovering or healing from something, we do have this tendency to guard against everything that could possibly bring any kind of pain because we just don't have the ability to deal with it at that point in time. However, what happens is you do end up guarding yourself against possible good things because good things can come in and they can still bring disappointment. There's still that possibility, but they can also bring the opposite of that. They could bring renewal to your life. They could bring happiness. They could bring the change that you've been asking for. So now you've made space for things to come in, and they're coming in. The Eight of Cups reminds you that this is a sacred departure. You're not escaping. You're not running. You're elevating. Then I pulled from the What's the News deck, which is usually where I get kind of a theme to go along with this reading, to kind of ground it into what it is pertaining to. And this is where it threw me for a loop personally. And I had to sit and think about this because two cards came out and they spoke loud and clear. The first card that came out was the My Boo card, and it says official status, open relationship. No, it says official status, exclusive relationship, something real, something acknowledged. But on the bottom of the deck, the shadow card said sneaky link, hidden, private, undefined. So I was like, how in the world is the sneaky link card the motivating energy for this official relationship? Like, what the heck is going on? At first glance, that looked extremely contradictory. But then it came to me that this isn't about deceit. This is about evolution. This is about exactly what the whole reading is about. Moving from that guarded place of no, like I have to protect myself to, hey, I'm ready to step into something new. So what I'm seeing is what began in the shadows, maybe a connection you didn't expect, something casual, something meant to just get you through a season, something that you were just like, hey, I'm not going to put too much stock into this. I'm just going to like experience it for what it is and not think too much of it because I don't want to be hurt. That connection is now revealing itself to be something real. So this might be a sneaky link that was meant to stay hidden, meant to stay casual, is now ready to step into the light. So the test now is honesty. Are you brave enough to admit what this has become? Are you willing to admit that, hey, I thought this was going to be something that didn't really matter to me, but it actually does? So then I pulled from the Wild Mystic Oracle, and it confirmed it as well. The Provide card came out, and that's cow energy. The Create card, the spider, was in the shadow. And it says your creativity and your connections are meant to feed you right now. So the things you once treated as side projects or side people may actually be the ones meant to sustain you in this season. What I see is that Spirit is weaving purpose and partnership together, and you're being asked to receive that blessing instead of questioning it. So instead of minimizing the blessings that are coming your way because of the hurt that you've experienced in the past, you're meant to see it for what it is. There's something that happens sometimes. There's something that a lot of us do when we get hurt. We try to lower our expectations for anything else coming. Like we might have in the past met someone and immediately on day one was like, this is my person. And then that person ended up not being your person and you were super disappointed. So then the next time someone comes around that may actually be your person, your expectations and your thoughts about it are at the lowest of the low. You're walking into the situation already telling yourself, I'm not going to think that this is becoming anything because I don't want to be disappointed again. And so from this spread, it's saying that you might actually be in a position where you've done the work and you might have an opportunity to actually have a relationship with a person that could be good for you and good with you. And it is good that you are pacing yourself, but at some point it might be time for you to realize that this can be bigger than what you thought it was, and it can be even more than you ever imagined it could be if you're able to allow it to come in. So, today's energy is about reclassification. You're leaving behind the chapter where everything had to be protected or kept private, and you're stepping into the phase where your joy, your love, and your purpose can finally exist in the open. Movement is happening, so it's time to let it move through you. Let it move you towards what's real. Don't fight it. If this message resonated, drop a comment that says, I'm ready to move forward. Like this video to anchor the energy, and follow this channel for the next update, because I have a feeling that this story is only just beginning. Until next time, walk gently, speak truthfully, and always live untamed.